The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691, or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in and spending some time with me today. We made it to Friday. It's a little bit quiet here at the airport today. Actually, it's cool though. Usually in this room it's like 1,000 degrees, but the AC has been turned on, I think. And so it's very cool, but it's desolate. There's not a whole lot of people here today. And we had an interesting day. It's been sunny and then cloudy and sunny. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Kind of like I guess all of us are feeling, right? So you are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I am the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service independent financial planning firm located in Medford. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to know more about me or my firm, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We are also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions. So like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So, what a week it has been, am I right? I feel like I've been starting the show that way for the past several weeks, and I apologize for that. But man, every week has just been quite a struggle. It's been a bit crazy, and just when you think you hit the pinnacle of craziness, well, then it just ratchets up a little bit more. And I don't know. So if you have not been engaged and watching the news this week, congratulations, because you probably are I don't know, what do they call it? When you're not in the know, ignorant. Well, that's a negative word, but you know, sometimes ignorance is bliss, and I'm just going to say that's a good thing. But if you are like the rest of us and being tortured by the news of the moment, it's been quite an interesting week tuning into the news. You're just amazed at all the stuff that is happening right now. I know I am. So where do I start? Well, first I'm going to start with some updates and some uplifting things, and then we'll go into the week of the review and everything that's going on in the markets and in the economy. So I hope all the mothers and really everybody had a nice Mother's Day last weekend. Mine was really good. We spent the day in Port Jefferson and we did some shopping. We had some brunch at Toast and we spent some time by the water. The water is really just good therapy for the soul. I know we're just really blessed and lucky to be surrounded by water on the North Shore and the South Shore, so you can take a trip to the water and just clear your mind and feel good. I know it always makes me feel good. If I'm having a bad day, if I just sit by the water, I just need to relax. It definitely is good medication, I guess you could say. Of course, then Monday comes along real quickly. I started the day with my daughter calling me to tell me that she wasn't feeling well early into her school day. So if you don't have kids in school right now or have not had a kid have to leave school when they are sick, I'll give you a little bit of insight of what goes on. So, you know, you have to sign them out as usual. But now they send you home with a COVID home test kit. So I had to give her a test, which thankfully was negative, so it wasn't that. But then had to email the nurse the test kit results with the information showing that she was negative, and that would enable her to actually return to school. So it's definitely a sign of the times. But it should be noted that, a number of people have been testing positive, and the numbers have been rising lately. So that's definitely of a concern. But fortunately, she was negative. So, we know there was a lot of things. Actually, this week has been crazy with allergies and sinuses, and everybody's got something going on right now. But I fortunately had a call with one of my doctor clients this week, and he's very insightful, and he's shared some great information with me throughout the pandemic. He was always giving me some insights. And he said, we will know if this is a real issue once we get through the summer, and then we'll find out what's going on into the fall. So I guess that is to be determined at this point to see what's going to transpire. But, everybody still kind of wash your hands. I know that sounds so elementary, but when realizing how many people don't do that, and just clean your surfaces and your hands. I still have my wipes when I get in the car. I always wipe my hands just in case, not crazy about it, but I don't want to get sick, basically. I guess the other big notable event this week was the fact that my daughter actually finally turned sweet 16. As we discussed in previous shows, she opted out of a party, and instead we did a trip with 3 of her friends to Florida this past February. So this week we had some dinner with her and 4 of her friends, and we took a boat ride. We got out there even though it was a little chilly, but it wasn't so bad. And then ended the night with a good old Carvel ice cream cake. So that was good. So she's had a bunch of celebrations for her birthday, so I think we did a pretty good job as parents, or at least we're trying. And then today I had the pleasure of being at my high school to do mock interviews with high school students. So this is always something that's interesting to do, is to hear what's in the students' minds. And I met with students ranging from sophomores to seniors. And it was just cool to kind of hear what they had to say. And I must report that they did really well. Asked some questions about what their long-range goals were, what their strengths or weaknesses. And I just feel that these kids are much more prepared than we were back in the day. The school is business management, or the school provides business management courses and career management and sports marketing. So there's a lot of different things that are actually taking place. And I was really thrilled to hear from one student that he is going into construction. And, the school, Patrick Medford High School, has a construction program that the kids can work, as well as a medical program. There's another girl that wants to become a medical technician. So it was just really, again, trying to keep on the positive side. It was very positive to hear these kids and to know that they're being taught the things that we talk about or we hear about on the news, but it's really happening. I don't know if it's in all school districts, but I can certainly give a shout out to Patrick Medford High School for doing the right thing. And for me, like, just to be able to go there and to interact with these kids and hear what's on their minds. And it's pretty cool. So definitely a positive thing. So, all right, well, let's talk about what happened this week in the economy and in the markets. Because, again, I am the financial chick, right? So we have to talk about that. But really, what didn't happen this week? The volatility in the market has been really, really severe. It was an interesting week, especially with the Dow. The Dow started at around 32,000. We drove up and down. Well, actually, we didn't drive up at all. We drove down most of the week in between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, today, we were up around 466 or 400 plus points. And so we ended up for the week. But we were coming off almost a 7-day downturn. And the week overall was down. So it's been a tough gig. The bottom line is that the market doesn't like uncertainty. Just like we in our lives, we don't like uncertainty. So when there's uncertainty, the market tends to, get very volatile and the swings are very extreme. Now, the swings are there's a couple of reasons for it. Well, it's the talk, it's the news, but it's also trading that's done technologically. So basically, it's trades that are it hit breakpoints. So when a particular stock or a particular investment goes to a certain height, they sell out. Or if it goes to a certain low, everything sells out as well. So I'm not explaining this exactly the way it is, but it's trading that is automated, basically. So it's not you and I going in and saying, oh, I'm going to sell my Apple stock or I'm going to buy Tesla. It's basically managed accounts that are being knocked out or being sold when they hit certain price points. Now, you too can do this in your portfolio. I mean, if you have a certain parameters, it takes a little work, but it really secures you. We feel it's so aggressive to be in the market, but if you are in a portfolio and you want to get to a certain height, or let's just say a stock where you buy at 30 and if it goes to 40, you want to sell out. Or conversely, if you have bought a stock at 30 and it hits 20 and you want to sell out, you can do those parameters and really kind of change the whole dynamics of your portfolio. But so the uncertainty or the volatility is basically happening because of a lot of different factors, not just that. And when we look at the economy overall, we're seeing shortages in formula for babies. And then speaking of babies, there was the leak from the Supreme Court about a paper written about Roe versus Wade. Very hot topic. But we're going to unwrap that a little bit as to, why isn't it a bigger concern that no one is concerned about the fact that there was a leak from the highest court of our country? That's a pretty big offense. And a few other observations that it was just a draft of the opinion of one court justice and would have to be voted on anyway to be overturned. And at the moment, we have 4 women represented on the Supreme Court. So a big change from when Roe versus Wade started. And then how did they deploy the signs and protest so quickly? That was kind of an interesting thing, too. I run a women's nonprofit, and we can't get people to pull things together that quickly. So there's just a lot of things there that are kind of interesting and definitely affecting and further, separating our country. But we're getting into the commercial break, so you listen to the Financial Chick Show. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I am here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. So right now, there's a lot that's changing, a lot that's going on. We were talking a little bit before the break about, the extreme volatility in the stock market. The fact that the market, nor do we, right, as humans, like uncertainty, and there's a lot of uncertainty right now from, shortage of formula for babies. We have the noise with the Roe versus Wade. Which again, in my opinion, just something that is a little bit of a diversion. I mean, it was a draft from one court justice that was leaked, which was really probably the biggest issue. I mean, I don't think any of that should be leaked. That's a big offense. And just trying to depolarize the country, having 4 women on the Supreme Court right now and being at a place that we're at. I mean, the chances of this really being overturned are probably very slim. And I'm sure there's people on both sides of the coin. But when we look at the real issues, sometimes we have to in our life, and especially our government, should prioritize the most important things. So having formula shortages, having gas prices that continue to rise, which mean the cost of everything we need to purchase are rising too. So the Federal Reserve is and will continue to raise interest rates, and that's creating havoc in the markets right now. There are a few places to run and hide, or there are very few places to run and hide, I should say, at the moment. Rates are starting to go up, but we're still not seeing money markets or savings accounts that are paying you a great deal of money. So hopefully you had taken some of the gains of 2021 off the table, and hopefully you didn't put all of your money into cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency, I know we've talked about it at a couple of shows as well, but cryptocurrency is really taking it on the chin. The market's down, double digit, between 12, 17, whatever. But cryptocurrency from its height is down over 50%. So depending on when you got in, if you got in, and if you held on, cryptocurrency, you're getting burned. And, the thing is we've come to a place right now where, I don't want to call them fads, but the talking points of the media, that we talked about FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Those were all the rage from 20 and 2021, the years 20 and 2021. Cryptocurrency, another really big thing. And again, to have any or all of these things in your portfolio are fine, but to put everything into these things, which a lot of people did because, again, it's sexy and it's exciting. These are the things that are being talked about. This is the stuff that's really moving. This is stuff that's great. So we want to be in the game. But unfortunately, when the tide turns, which I had been talking about, the tide was going to turn this year. This was definitely the pinnacle year, and things are changing, and things are changing pretty quick. So if you've taken a beating at this point, you may just want to ride out the storm. It's an interesting phenomena that when things are going really well, the time seems to go very, very quickly. But when things are really ugly, like they are right now in the market, things seem to last forever, right? I mean, it just always seems so much. And this happens in our lives too. When things are going bad in your life, it seems like it's forever. But when things are good, I guess it gives us perspective. When things are going well in our life, you just kind of going along, things are happy, and things are moving along and you're feeling good. And then boom, you always hit the wall. That happens in your life. And unfortunately, it happens in the market. But when it happens in the market, everybody just wants to jump, off the ledge. And you don't want to do that. So statistics have shown, however, that the good times in the markets actually do last a whole heck of a lot longer than the bad times. So it seems more harrowing. And again, the media is the one that keeps pounding away at all the negative stuff. Bottom line, let's take a look at what we need to do. The bottom line is that anyone can look good during a bull market, and a bull market means a very good stock market. Smart investors are prepared to weather the inevitable rough patches, and even the best aren't successful all the time. So you can't say like, oh, wow, this person knew what they were talking about or that. And there's been a lot of, financial gurus that apparently were like the best. They made one good call, got a lot of publicity, and they felt great. Unfortunately, no one does that and no one can do that. That's the realistic part of it. You're going to have some good calls. You're going to have bad calls. It's just the way life is. So it's all, I don't want to say it's about timing, but sometimes the timing is good and then you get publicity for doing something good when really you were just lucky, I guess. So when the market goes off the tracks like it is right now, knowing why you originally made a specific investment can help you evaluate whether those reasons still hold, regardless of what the overall market's doing. So it's not a time to say, oh my God, like everything's bad, I'm just going to go. So unless your goals have changed. Now, your goals to maybe send your kids to college may still be in place. I'm sure most of you out there want to retire, right? The thing is that you don't want to make any rash moves. And there's on Monday, there's going to be a letter that I drafted about market volatility under the news and updates tab on financialchickshow.com website. And there's also a really great video that you can watch titled Understanding Market Corrections. So if you go to my website, financialchickshow.com, and go under news and updates, you can get this information to review at your leisure. So the bottom line is hold on tight. I did tell you that it was going to be a turning point year, and boy, it has been. Just remember that why you're investing in the first place, and it may be a good time to review your overall plan. Maybe you're going to change your mind to maybe retire later, or maybe you do need to make some adjustments in your portfolio depending on where you're at. If you did move into cash, this might be a really good time to now start deploying that money back into the market. We know there's bargains. We're way off the high. Not in a bear market yet, but we're definitely off the high. I just went over a portfolio for a client this week. So this person happens to be very, very conservative. So a good portion of the portfolio is in individual bonds and bond funds. So really didn't take advantage of the market, the great market that we've had running through the latter part of 2020, 2021. So, but she does have some, this person does have growth in the portfolio. So in June of 2020, the person had 1,653,309. In June of 2021, that grew to 1,849,247. Now, we met this week, and the value as of May 6th, so we're not just a full year yet, we're not until June, but she's at 1,725,859. All right, so yes, in 1 year, a little less than a year, she was down over 123,000, or that equates to about 6.7%. But since 2020, she's still up over 72,000 on her initial investment. These are the things that we have to look at. When we look from quarter to quarter, we do want to cry. Or if we look day by day, and don't do that, especially when the market's this volatile. If you really want to make yourself depressed, just watch it every day. I have to, but you don't do that. The beauty is now this is the moment in time. And the beauty is that for her, she doesn't need to take this money from the portfolio. So they have time to hold on and recoup from the downturn. So, what are the options when you're in a situation like this? You hold on. You sell everything and put it into savings at a savings account or a money market, paying anywhere from 0.1 to 0.8. Now think of that as an option. It is an option, But since inflation now is running over 8.8%, and we all know that situation, the downturn is going to be temporary, but selling everything at this moment is permanent and will solidify your losses. So the market shows some positive gains today. We don't know what the next couple of weeks or months are going to be, but the bottom line is that your plan is to stay with the program and tweak as you go. Don't panic. I've been doing this for over 26 years now, and no one has ever been able to time the market, nor should they try. Be educated and not emotional, and work with someone to be your advocate and sounding board. If you aren't working with somebody now, or if you're looking for a second opinion or new ideas, give me a call or visit my website, 631-758-8691, or like I said, financialchickshow.com. Check it out. See what you got going on. Sometimes, we have a lot of people that were doing this themselves. It's a real deal. I got a text from somebody who was a do-it-yourselfer panicking about Apple stock. So, get help. I don't do my own heart surgery. That's why I go to see a doctor. So it's really important. And you have to stay tuned for the next couple of shows. I have a gentleman, the inflation guy, coming on. I'm so excited to have him on my show, especially with inflation raging its head right now. It's so bad. I also have an economist actually next Friday, Paul Meeks, who's on CNBC all the time for his opinions, going to be on my show, The Financial Chick Show, next Friday. So I'm so excited. He's going to give insights. I was talking to him today and he was giving me some good stuff, but I don't want to steal his thunder, so I'll let him talk about it next week. So thank you for tuning in. Remember, let's try to do better and be better. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you next Friday with Paul Meeks, the economist.
Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Blackridge Asset Management and Diversified Financial Solutions are separate and independent entities from Peak Brokerage Services.